The next thing I'm going to show is how I do a color change. It's just how I do it. There's probably a million ways to do it. I'm probably doing it wrong, whatever. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to get to the end of your round. And you can mark these. You certainly can mark these so that you know when they're coming up. I can tell that that's the end of my round because I've done this so much. I know what it looks like. So at this point, I'm at the end of my round, and if I was going to keep going in this color, what I would do is just a slip stitch into that first stitch that I started this round on. So a slip stitch it looks almost like I'm going to do a single crochet, but instead of grabbing this and pulling through, what I do is I grab it and pull it all the way through both of them. So let me show you that again. I'm here, and instead of making a single crochet, what I do is I grab it and then just keep going, pulling it through both of those loops instead of just the one. And that's it. If I was going to keep going in this color, I would make a single crochet here so you can see that I'm like starting a new round, and then I would just go and start making single crochets all the way around, making increases every couple when you're this low. But when you want to change the color, if I change the color now, what would happen is I'd have this funky stitch. So I'm going to change it into, I'm just going to use this. I probably wouldn't use these colors together, honestly, unless I was making some sort of, I don't know, Valentine's, which I'm not. Let me show you what this looks like. So when I just keep going like this, you're going to see that it is a little unsightly because I got this big pink thing way up here wrapped inside of my new red row. And so you want to try to avoid that. Is it the end of the world? No, it's not the end of the world. I have plenty of rugs that look like this before I started getting pickier. So I'll just show you what I started doing when I started getting pickier, just so you can decide how much you care about it. If you don't care, don't do it. If you care, this is an easy way that I found to kind of solve that problem. So I'm at the end. I already cut this, and I'm going to show you how my Aunt Barbara showed me how to make a slip stitch. I don't know what it's called, like a slip knot or whatever at the end. I just assume everybody knows these things, but in case you don't. Okay, so what you do is you just make a loop and put your hook through and grab it. And when you grab it and pull tight on both these pieces down here, pull tight, you make this little knot here that can be tightened or loosened, and it's really easy to do. So now I've got this loop, and I'm going to put my finger through it even, so it's just sitting like this waiting for me. Remember, I'm at the end of this round. I would normally make a slip stitch here and keep going. What I'm going to do is right where I put the slip stitch, instead of grabbing this pink one and keeping going, I'm going to hook this on and start with the red. So now when I get to here, I'm not making a single crochet. Remember, I'm slip stitching, so I'm just going to keep going, pulling it through. There you go. And now I got red up here where the red's going to be, and I got pink down here where the pink's going to be, and you can just keep going. Keep making single crochets, and show you what I do with the back there in a second. Right away, I'm going to need an increase to get around that corner, and I'm just making single crochets. I'm kind of feeling it out. I don't have a pattern for this one because I'm just using it as an example. Here, you can see I'm going to have to stretch so far to get to that one. So instead, I'm going to put a single crochet and a second single crochet right in that same one. And now I have a nice increase. And you can see when I go all the way across, there's always this little red one that comes down, and now this one has like a little red one that comes down, and it just looks very natural. It looks like all the other stitches, and there's no big pink loop up here to distract me from that. Is it wrong that I'm kind of starting to like these together? I think they're starting to look kind of cute. Okay, so on the back side, what you end up with is this tail from your pink round and this new tail from your red one. And what I do is I do the very complicated step of tying a knot right here. And that's it. Literally. And you just keep going. You can see on this side, your rug looks totally normal. And when I flip it over, it has these little tails. You can work these in. I guess you can trim them down. I don't bother to. I kind of like that little rustic little house on the prairie tip. But if you were going for something a little more modern, well, if you're going something for more modern, you probably wouldn't be crocheting. So, whatever. Basically, it's your aesthetic. Whatever you want to do is totally fine. I promise you. You cannot mess this up. And that's it. I made an increase here, a regular one here, and I'm feeling like it would just take me a second to keep going, so I'm going to. God, these are so addicting. Okay. I think I need another loop there. You can see I'm kind of stretching it a little bit, flattening it out, kind of feeling it out, seeing how it's going. Just push and pull. I'm making single crochets all the way around. I feel like I need an increase there. You're going to need a lot more increases in the beginning when you're in these early rounds. Your increases get further and further apart the bigger your rug gets. Maybe I'm going crazy. I think this looks kind of cute. No, I probably won't finish it though, because what in the heck would I do with a Valentine's themed rug? Anyway, okay, so I get all the way to here. Now this is actually where I would probably do my slip stitch, but I can see that I'm nowhere near close enough, so I'm just gonna shove it in and force it to work. And when I get to here, I'm at the very first stitch that I made. Instead of making a single crochet here, I'm going to grab it, keep pulling it through that other loop, and now I've got a finished round. Looks kind of cute. Alright, single crochet, chain, and then I'm going to keep going. I definitely need an increase here. It's going to be giving me fits in a second. It's really not happy with me right now. And this is pretty thick fabric, and I'm using a P hook, and it's giving me a nice, dense, very thick, padded kind of rug. And that's how you make a change in color. Knot it and move on.